Your case has been closed in my grace, and you will be amazed when you realize that what once weighed heavily upon your heart no longer has the right to bind you. My beloved child, do not rush past this word as though it were only a fleeting echo among the many concerns of life. I am speaking to you in this moment to remind you that the things you thought were still hanging over your head have been touched by my mercy. When you rest at night, when your mind no longer has enough strength to defend itself, I still keep watch over you. When you thought accusations, old memories, and past mistakes could still rise up to condemn you, I stepped into the middle of every one of those voices and covered you with my kindness. My child, there are things you have carried for too long, as though that sentence belonged to you forever. You remember the times of weakness, the unfinished decisions, the moments when you wished you could go back and do things differently. But I do not call you by the name of your mistakes. I do not look at you through the dust of the past. I look at you through the light of love, with eyes that knew you clearly before you understood yourself. The voices that once tried to pull you back into guilt, shame, and fear no longer have the right to define you. Because I have placed a new declaration over you. You are lifted up, shown mercy, given an open way, and allowed to continue forward in peace. From the heights, I have erased the lines you thought would forever stand against you. I have removed the invisible chains that made you feel unworthy of joy, restoration, and new beginnings. What people once considered an ending is not the final voice over your life. The doors that once closed cannot stop me from opening another way. The judgments that once made you bow your head cannot be greater than the mercy I have for you. Let your heart breathe out from the old burden, because I am not leading you into a new season while still making you wear the garment of yesterday. Now I am bringing you to a moment of transition, not through noise that makes you afraid, but through a deep stream of peace flowing into the places that were once dry within you. My restoration does not only touch outward things, it also touches the quiet, empty spaces inside you, where you were weary from waiting and wondered whether your prayers had been heard. I heard, I saw, I remembered every night when you tried to be strong, every time you stayed silent so no one would know you were hurting, every moment when you still tried to hold on to faith, though everything before your eyes had not yet changed. Therefore, do not let old doubt steal the new rest I am giving you. Do not lock yourself in the thought that good things cannot come to you. I have many ways to lead blessing into your life. Openings your eyes have not yet seen. Arrangements you do not yet understand. And hands I can use to lift you up at the right time. But what I desire first is not for you to chase outward signs, but for you to open your heart to receive the truth that you are no longer condemned by what has passed. Your name is not written in failure. Your name is placed in restoration. Your path does not end in shame. Your path is being led toward the light. Stand up in steadiness. My beloved child, I have written a new blessing over your life. Not so you may become proud, but so you may know that you are loved and protected. The treasures I open for you are not only visible riches, but also peace that is not easily shaken, wisdom to walk the right path, strength to release what no longer belongs to you, and hope to keep moving forward. Let your heart believe that I am still working, even while everything remains quiet. Let yourself walk lighter. Because the old case has been closed. The old burden has been lifted. And your season of restoration is beginning by my own merciful hand. My child, listen carefully. The heights have recorded your name, and the matters concerning your life have not been abandoned in darkness. There were poisonous words once spoken to make you small. Accusations that tried to cling to your past. Voices that wanted to use wounds, mistakes, and seasons of weakness to conclude that you were no longer worthy of love, support, or an open way. But I do not look at you with eyes of condemnation. I look at you with mercy. I do not call you by the times you stumbled, nor define you by the chapters of life you once wished to hide. I see you as a child drawn out of the dark place, covered by grace, and placed within my preserving arms. What others used to accuse you, I answered with, my love. What darkness used to shame you, I covered with holy sacrifice. And I have declared over your life that you belong to me. Not to fear, not to the past, not to gossip, but to my endless mercy. You have passed through seasons when your heart felt as though no one heard you. There were days when you spoke very little. Yet inside there were thousands of cries that never became words. There were times when you sat among crowds and still felt alone, as though no one truly saw the depth of what you were enduring. There were nights when you wondered whether you had disappeared from the care of others, whether your silent prayers could reach me or simply dissolve into the quiet. But my child, throughout all of that time, my eyes were always turned toward you. I saw you cry in secret. I heard what you whispered when you no longer had strength to speak clearly. I recorded the times you still tried to keep your heart soft, though you were wounded. We still tried to rise, though you were worn down inside. I still tried to trust, though the answers had not appeared in the way you expected. Not one of your tears has ever been small before me. You may have wiped them away quickly so no one would know. But I knew. You may have smiled to hide your pain, but I saw what was behind that smile. You may have said you were fine only so others would not worry, but I heard the trembling within your heart. I did not merely see your tears, I preserved their meaning. In your hands, tears may seem only like signs of exhaustion, but in my hands, they become testimony of a journey I will not allow to be wasted. Every time you hurt and still did not let go of what was good. Every time you were wounded and still did not allow bitterness to take over your heart. Every time you were weak, yet still turned toward me. All of it has been recorded in my love. If you could see how much protection was placed around you in just one day that has passed, your heart would be astonished to know that you were never as alone as you thought. There were things that did not reach you because my hand stopped them. There were poisonous words that lost their strength before they could touch you deeply because I built a hedge of peace. There were unclean plans that collapsed in hidden places because I did not allow them to cross the boundary I had set. There were paths you were not allowed to enter. Not because I wanted to disappoint you, but because I knew what was hidden inside them. You only saw the closed door, but I saw the trap behind that door. You only saw delay, but I saw protection. You only saw that you had to wait, but I was keeping you from things that could have pulled your calling off course. If you could see how many times I quietly turned circumstances to protect you, your faith would be renewed in a deep way. I have never stopped watching over you. even when you doubted, even when you thought I was silent, even when you wondered why you had to pass through such a long season. My silence is not absence. Often, in that silence, I am moving most powerfully. I am arranging things behind the curtain, redirecting what you do not know, touching people, timing, doors, and opportunities you have not yet seen. You do not need to understand every movement of mine in order to trust that I am still working. You only need to remember that I have never left my place as the Father who protects you. This is an appointed hour for you, not a random moment passing through ordinary life. I am not late, nor do I act by guesswork. I am the one who formed you, who knows you from the deepest places, who knows when you need to be held back, when you need to be moved forward, what you are able to carry, and what you still need to be prepared for before receiving. I am not pressured by the noise of the world, not controlled by the haste of fear within you, and not limited by the schedules human beings set. When I release what belongs to you, I do it at the right time, in the right way, and in the right rhythm with the purpose I have placed upon your life. So, do not fear what you are seeing with natural eyes. Outward circumstances may still look the same. The road ahead may not yet be clear, and the numbers, responsibilities, empty places, and questions may still be standing there. But in the hidden place of spiritual movement, everything has already begun to shift. What was once held back is being brought into proper position. What was once blocked is being loosened. Appointed sources of provision are drawing near. Favor you cannot create by yourself is being given a path. Promotion that does not come from flattery or striving, but from my hand, is being prepared. The prayers that seem suspended in silence are being answered in a way that will make you understand. I heard from the beginning. My beloved child, let your heart stand firmly in this truth. I have not forgotten you. I have not left you at the edge while others moved ahead. I have not allowed your past to steal the future I have written. I have not allowed accusation to have the final voice over your name. I have called you mine, and what I call mine, I will preserve. What is coming is not merely a change in circumstances, but an affirmation of mercy, a sign that I am still writing your story with lines more beautiful, brighter, and fuller of hope. Walk in peace, because you do not need to open every door by your own strength. I am going before you. I am standing behind you. I am covering you on every side. When the fullness of time is revealed, you will understand why some things had to wait, why some paths had to close, why certain prayers were not answered in the way you desired in the old season. You will look back and see my hand, even in the silences. See protection even in the losses. See mercy even in the things that once confused you. The necessary money, timely favor, opportunities for elevation, answered prayers, and things that renew your life are all being led to you by my ways. Receive them not with panic, but with trust. Stand firm not with arrogance, but with the certainty that your Father knows exactly what you need, exactly when to give it, and exactly how to cause all things to lead you to the place I ordained beforehand. I want you to understand something very deeply. My timing does not operate according to the hurried clock of human beings. My beloved child, there are seasons when you thought everything was too late, that the door had closed, that others had moved on while you still stood among the fragments of what had not come to pass. You saw delay and called it failure. You saw silence and thought I had forgotten. You saw people leave and thought you had been abandoned. But while you were trying to understand with your tired eyes, I was still quietly working in places you could not see. When others turned their backs on you, I did not turn mine. I was preparing the inheritance reserved for you. When you were judged by those who only saw part of the story, I was writing full restoration with the ink of mercy. When darkness tried to declare that you had lost, I had spoken victory over you in places higher than every voice of the world. There were moments when you felt you had reached the end of the road. But to me, that became the place where I began opening a way no one expected. There were times when you thought your prayer had been held back too long, that your effort had not been recognized, that the years of silent endurance had passed without leaving meaning. But I want you to know that none of your endurance has been forgotten before me. No tear has fallen without my seeing it. No prayer that caught in your chest escaped my hearing. When you thought everything was slowing down, I was arranging. When you thought you had been pushed outside, I was bringing you closer to what was right. When you thought you had lost your portion, I was protecting your portion from hands unworthy to touch it. Right now, I am moving in a way you cannot yet predict. I am placing direction into the heart of someone you may not have thought of. Someone who holds the key to the next breakthrough in your life. They may not understand why your name suddenly returns to their thoughts. They may not know why they feel the need to mention you, open a door for you, give you an opportunity, or offer support at the right time. But I know, because I am the one who planted that remembrance. I can stir a person's heart in silence. I can cause a name to echo in the depths of the night. I can place an upright thought where it needs to be. So what was once delayed begins to move. You do not need to force yourself into every door. You do not need to make others see you. When I decide to lift you up, I know how to make your name be mentioned in the right place, at the right time, before the right person. This is not only a passing favor, it is a holy reversal woven by my hand. The things once spoken against you will no longer hold power over you as before. The losses that once made you bow your head will no longer be allowed to define your future. The unfair rejections that once made you question your value will be replaced by doors opening in purity. Where there was once debt, lack, and tension, I am placing provision, wisdom, and new streams. Where there was shame, I am covering you with dignity. Where you were once forced into silence, I am building a firm foundation so your voice may be heard in the right way. Where you were once forgotten, I am preparing to place you in a position where my light upon you cannot be hidden. You have endured many things others do not know. You sat in quiet rooms with pain you could not explain. Braced yourself through days when all you wanted was to collapse, and smiled in front of others, while inwardly asking for a sign that I was still with you. You were misunderstood, judged too quickly, and spoken about in conversations where you had no chance to defend yourself. Some looked at your season of decline and quietly laughed. Some thought you would never rise again. Some mistook your silence for weakness. But I saw what they did not see. Many times you kept your heart from bitterness. You kept walking when no one applauded. And you still sought me even when your faith was only a small spark in the night. Now, I will reward you not in a hidden corner, but in a way that will make you realize I never forgot. Not so you may become proud before anyone, but so your heart may be affirmed that every season of endurance was held in my hand. Those who mocked you when you were weak will witness how I make you stand firm. Those who thought your story had ended will see me open a new chapter. Those who once said you were not enough, not worthy, not able, will become silent before the work I do in your life. You will not need to prove yourself through exhausting struggle. I myself will bear witness for you. I myself will place my seal upon your steps. I myself will reveal miracles that cannot be denied. So you may understand that your restoration does not come from your own strength, but from my faithfulness. Let your heart be at rest as you hear these words. Do not quickly run to find a way to make everyone believe you. Do not spend your strength explaining yourself to those who have already decided to misunderstand you. There are battles not won through argument, but through steady peace in me. There are vindications you do not need to build for yourself, because I will allow truth to step into the light on its own. There are doors that do not open through impatience, but open when my timing has ripened. Keep yourself in humility. Keep your heart from resentment. Keep your mouth from bitter words. And keep your hands open to receive what I am preparing. The reversal I bring will not need the noise of human beings to become real. It will carry my seal by itself. If within you there is a quiet stirring, a sense that these words are touching the deepest place, then know that I am calling you back to trust. Not trust because every circumstance has changed immediately before your eyes, but trust because I am still the one holding the entire story. You do not need to do anything to impress people. You only need to respond to me with an open heart, sincere faith, and unshowy reverence. When you honor me, it is not because I need your praise, but because faith opens the way for you to step into deeper peace. I respond to faith. I nurture obedience, and I cause the small thing placed in my hands with sincerity to grow. Therefore, my child, do not call delay an ending anymore. Do not call silence abandonment anymore. Do not call the years of being misunderstood wasted anymore. I am rewriting the things you thought were nailed to the past. I am replacing condemnation with restoration, lack with provision, shame with dignity, and forgetfulness with elevation at the right time. You do not have to seize your position through exhaustion. You do not have to knock on doors I have not opened. You do not have to bow before the voice of failure. Stand firm, breathe deeply, and trust that I am working even in the places you cannot see. What I have ordained for you will not be lost. What I have called by name will arrive on time. And when it comes, you will understand that every former season, even the most painful ones, was used by me to lead you to this moment of holy restoration. The blessing I am releasing over your life does not stop with money. It also touches the hidden places within you that have been weary for a very long time. My beloved child, I am not only concerned with what you have in your hands, I am also concerned with what you are carrying in your heart. I do not only see your outward needs. your shortages, responsibilities, and daily burdens that you must calculate each day. I also see the tired places in your emotions, the empty spaces in your joy, the places where your faith has been stretched because you have had to wait for so long. So when I say I am blessing you, do not understand it as only a small change in outward circumstances. I am stepping into your entire life, into your home, into your mind, into your breath, into the corners of your heart that have been silent for too long, to rebuild, renew, and restore with my gentle love. I am rebuilding what has been broken in your home. Not only the walls you see, not only the roof that shelters you from rain and sun, but the atmosphere inside the place where you live, the peace between the rooms, the sense of safety when you return, the warmth once cooled by pressure, misunderstanding, weariness, and unspoken things. I know there were places in your home that once held more sighs than laughter, more heavy silence than tenderness, more anxiety than thanksgiving. But I am stepping into that place. I am making that atmosphere lighter. I am placing calm where tension once stood. I am bringing restoration to connections that have cracked, to hearts that have grown distant because of pain they did not know how to name. Your home will not forever be a place where you return only to keep carrying burdens. I want your home to become a place where you are rested, renewed, and covered in my gentle presence. My child, I am also lifting heaviness from your shoulders. You have carried too much as though everything belonged to your responsibility. You tried to be strong for others, tried to stand firm while inwardly trembling. I tried to find answers for things beyond your strength, tried to control the future because you were afraid that if you let go, everything would collapse. But my child, you were not created to carry that weight alone. I never told you to carry your whole life on your shoulders by yourself. I never asked you to prove faithfulness by becoming exhausted. I was never pleased to see you quietly falling apart while calling it responsibility. There are burdens you picked up because of fear, responsibilities you embraced because of guilt, and pressures you accepted because you thought you had no other choice. But today, I place my hand upon your shoulders and declare that burden is being lifted. Let this word soak into you like gentle rain soaking dry soil. You are allowed to rest in me. You are allowed to exhale without fearing that you have failed. You are allowed to lay down what does not belong to your portion. You are allowed to slow down and recognize that I am still governing all things. Your peace is not a luxury. It is the portion I desire to give you. Your relief is not something you need to apologize for needing. It is a sign that you are learning to trust me more deeply. When I lift the burden, I do not make you weak. I release you from what caused you to forget the freedom of a beloved child. You once thought you had been disqualified because of your past. You look back at mistakes, unwise decisions, seasons when you wandered from peace, and concluded that perhaps great blessing was no longer for you. But I say to you right now, my grace has qualified you. It was not your perfection that opened the door for you, but my mercy. It was not your achievement that made you accepted, but my love that called you mine from the beginning. What you once did may need to be healed, corrected, and learned from. But it does not have the right to erase what I have placed upon you. Your past is not stronger than my grace. Your mistakes are not deeper than my kindness, and your shame does not have the final voice before the word I have spoken. You also feared that you missed the time. You saw others move forward. You saw opportunities that seemed to pass by. We saw years go by and wondered whether you could still step into what I had promised. But I say to you, you are arriving right on time. Perhaps not according to the schedule you once imagined, not according to the pressure of others, not according to the standards of the world, but according to my rhythm. I am not late in your life. I do not allow your purpose to fall from my hand. The seasons of waiting did not make you lose your portion. They prepared you to receive it with a more mature heart. Doors that have not yet opened do not mean the promise is dead. Often, they are simply being held until you are steady enough to walk through without being led astray by what is on the other side. And you once feared that this blessing belonged to someone else, that perhaps you were only standing at the edge, watching another person receive what you had prayed for. But my child, I want you to hear clearly. I personally chose this blessing, and your name is engraved upon it by my love. What I have prepared for you will not wander into someone else's life. What belongs to your portion will not be stolen by delay, erased by the past, or cancelled by human words. There are blessings tailored to your journey, to the battles you have passed through, to the tears you have sown, and to the quiet perseverance no one saw. When it comes, you will understand why I did not allow it to come sooner. You will understand that I do not only give what is good, but that I give at the right time, in the right way, and in harmony with the heart I have prepared within you. So now, my child, stand upright in peace. Do not let the old burden pull your shoulders down anymore. Do not let old shame drive you out of the place grace has invited you into. Do not let the fear of being too late make you run in panic. Do not let the door that closed cause you to doubt the gate I am opening. I am healing you, restoring you, providing for you, rebuilding your home, upholding your heart, and placing a new chapter before you. This blessing will not only change your circumstances, it will make you understand my love more deeply. It will teach you that I am not only the one who gives, but the one who stays with you, the one who lifts burdens, the one who restores, the one who calls you by your true name and leads you into what has long been prepared for you. Trust me, because what I am opening no one can shut, and what I have chosen for you will come to you in peace, in grace, and in my perfect timing.